Hey everyone, good morning. Hi. Let's see, we got quite a few people on this morning. I hope you're good. Let's see, it's Tuesday. We got less than a week till the big day. Isn't that kind of frightening? Oh, the big day. Sorry I was a minute late. I was on the telephone with my friend Wendy from downtown Peabody Square with Create and Escape, and we were actually making plans again, which feels so good. It feels so good to make plans again for the new year, and she's doing well. So it's nice to make plans, isn't it? Following through. I mean, this year was a really crappy year for me, but I want to end it with a nice bang. So I wanted to do projects all this week. My Cricut and my computer are cutting out something for later on in the week, a layered snowflake ornament that we have going on here. But today we're going to be doing a banner that I worked on. It's basically taking these cutout letters and turning it into a banner. Let's see if I can find all the pieces to this. We got white, red, and then here is, so it's actually a lot of cutting. I'm finding there's a lot of cutting in the projects lately that I've been doing, but that's okay. You know, I can sit here. I'm like, hurry up and get done so I can move on to the next project. So yesterday I cut this out and we're going to put it together. I also cut out in my traditional pink and green colors something that says, what does it say? I forgot even what it, Merry and Bright. And then also I have this adorable, look at this cutie pie, reindeer snowball fight. It's a card, but I was thinking, wouldn't this look cute sitting on your Christmas, if you have a fancy dinner, if you made one for all the people, and you could even put their name there, like if I put Andy or Owen, and they could have it for their meal. You know, I just think it's kind of cute. This year we have a young man who's going to be visiting us later in the week this week. So I was trying to think of different things, because he's, I guess, a little hard to buy for. Anyway, so good morning to everybody. And let me say hello, Leslie, Deborah, Dream Big, woohoo, Jamie, Dawn Walsh is here, nice. Ardeen, Diane, and Leslie's here. I think I might have said Leslie. And let's see, Diane, did I say Diane? Deborah Mackey's here, nice. Yay! Okay, so this project is a lot of gluing. So I wanted to talk because I went on a little gluing episode yesterday, and I took all my glue bottles, as you can see, and I cleaned them all out. So I'm hoping that this is going to work for me. And I also started storing them here facing down. So the idea is, if what happens is the glue gets stuck in the nozzle and it causes a blockage, and so what I went in and did was go through and cleaned all of these tops, and then I topped up most of these with full amount of glue, and if I put it down, face down, there's no chance for the glue to dry up because it's a full amount. I think that's gonna work out for me. What do you want, little man? This is my little man, my little Benji, there, and there's the ornament that we're working on. So let's get to, at least so I can show you how I made this, okay? And then we'll just do some gluing, because gluing is my life. All right, let's go to Design Space. Yes. So here it is. It's called Be Merry Candy Cane and Holly Banner. And by the way, it is in Design Space under Community, and I'm using basically what I did was I used these letters. Okay, you need to stop hounding me. You're hounding me now, okay? And let me give you a little treat. Maybe I'm rewarding bad behavior, aren't I? Okay. Oh, careful. So basically these letters are available. You don't have to do anything about the letters, but stringing them up, what I did was I just decided that I would add a background, and I decided I was going to use the paper that came in a pack last year. So I don't know if you had a chance to grab this paper, but it was called, I know, my little puppets, my puppets. But this was a paper that we got real cheap last year, and so of course I bought a bunch, and it has great because it has 3 different color greens, it has off-white, and then 2 different color reds. So that works out great with this project because there are 2 different color reds, 3 different color greens, and then I decided to use the off-white. The only thing you'd have to add is if you have that pad of paper, or that pack of paper, you'd have to add a couple sheets of white. Okay. If not, you could, oh, you did buy some? Good. Because they were really good and inexpensive, and this is a great project for them. So let me show you where to find them in case you can't find my project. So we'll just save this. And yep. And I am going to select this all and group it, and then I'll hide it, and I'll like start from scratch. So go to images, and then on here you can type in actually choose image sets. Okay. And this is actually inaccurate because it says type in a dog wearing sunglasses. Well, image sets are done by the name of the image set. So in actuality, this is a banner. And so I think I put in banner and found it. I want to double check because it does have all the letters. But this is also another great banner, this holly banner. And then there's this one, this garland alphabet. But I don't see this here. So let's try candy cane, or just candy. There it is. So it's called the candy cane alphabet. So that's what we're going to look for. And at this point, you can decide what you want it to say. So if you want it to say fa la la, or merry and bright, or in my case, I did be merry. So let's replicate that. So I'm going to look for the B. Now you'll notice that these are in 3 different, you need to stop, please. I already gave you a treat, so no more, okay? So you'll notice that it comes in different colors. I chose the one that had all the different colors. Go lay down. Go lay down. You're interrupting us. Oh, I love you so much. Ah, I could eat your face. Okay, let's see. We're going to do merry, be merry. So we're going to look for the B. And all right, here's B, but it's not the triple color. But here's E, so let's choose that. And now we're on the hunt for merry. There's M. And we already have E selected. Now, so we're looking for R's, Y's, and B's. There's the R. And there's the B. I said R's, Y's, and B's. So we got the R. We just need the Y. We just need the Y. So let's look for that. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to select those and let's bring them into our canvas. And you can see they come in very large. And I don't want them that large, obviously, for a banner, because that would be an enormous banner. And then I'm going to also need to replicate some of them. So here's the E. So we'll oops, I hope I just didn't mess that up. It's grouped. I'm going to duplicate it. So I need ME, right? And then R. So let's duplicate that. MERR. Now I don't know why this E, oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. Let's move this back. Let's bring it to the back. Okay. And now we can group it. All right, you. All right. People are going to be quite upset because you keep interrupting. What's wrong? I know you didn't have breakfast, but you know why you didn't have breakfast? Because you wouldn't come to the kitchen. All right, let's ungroup this E because I want to make sure that the green part is there. Nope, it's not. So let's go ahead and get rid of this E, and we'll just duplicate this one. Duplicate. Okay, so now we have all of our letters, and we have to think about how are we going to hang this. There's no holes on it, so so what I decided to do was to add a shape, and actually I'm going to go for two shapes. Okay, I'm going to go for the rounded edge square, which is right here. And I'm also going to get a circle. And I'm going to tell you why, because I want to be able to cut out little holes for our, so I'm going to change the colors just so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so there is our color, and we want, actually we're going to make 2 layers here. So what we'll do is we'll offset a layer just beyond it and hit apply. Okay, so now I have my 2 layers, and now I just have to figure out how I'm going to put those circles in there. Okay, so this is how I would do it. And there might be different ways to do it, okay? So I'm going to duplicate this circle. It's over here, by the way. Boop. And then I'm going to figure out, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I am going to align them at the top. So I want them to be at the very top and at the same space, okay? So there it is, aligned. And that's what we're going to do. But because these are 2 separate shapes, we have to take both of them and we have to attach them. Okay, so we'll just attach them together. Now we can take our rounded edged square, and we can take both of these and we can use slice, but it's not doing slice. Slice isn't showing up. I think I should have welded these. Yeah, I should have welded these. Sorry, not attach, weld. So now when you weld them together, they're one in the same. And so we're going to take that and we're just going to hit slice. Yeah. So you see there are holes right there, and these are our leftover holes. So we're going to go over here again with our little circles like that and sort of take this away once we have them placed, and then we'll do slice again. Okay, so in this case, we don't need these circles anymore. But now we have these two layers, like just like this. We have to change it to arrange it to the front. All right, and there we have the two layers. Now we can go ahead and resize our letters because now we know what size. So this is actually sized at about 5 inches. The background about 5 inches. So we need it obviously to be, we need all of our letters to be less than 5 inches. So we'll go ahead and we'll align them to center, and then we will, they're listed at 5. So let's go ahead and bring them down to, let's do 4 and see how that works. So let's take this and move it to the back, align, wait, no, I'm going to group this, and then we'll align these two, arrange, send to the back, okay? And then we can take our letters and see, are they small enough yet? And actually, the 4 is a little still too big, so I'm going to go ahead and do align center again, and I'm going to do them at, I think, 3.5 will work. So let's try that. There we go. So now all we have to do is replicate this background piece, the part that we're going to be using as a string, and duplicate it for all the letters we need. So we got B, E, M, E, R, R, Y. All right, so now we've got all of our letters, and if you want, if it helps you, you can just go ahead and just take your letters and place them on there so you can see, does it look right? Arrange to the front. So there you go. And then you're going to cut out. So in this particular case, I used the dark green for the very back part, and then I used an off-white there. And then for this, let's have a look at one of the letters, and then we'll just start putting it together. So let's ungroup the letters, and you see you have this piece here, which I actually switched the color to green, like regular green. So there you go, green. And then it has the lighter red, and this could be the darker red, like that. And then you have white. And let's have a look here. Here we go. Now it's starting to look to me like definitely a little more. And let's go here, arrange to the back. All right. I hope that that is helpful in showing you how to cut it out. Now, when you're cutting it out, there are a couple layers that I would cut out using intricate cuts, and that would be this layer here, this green layer, the top layer. So let's go ahead and start gluing together, because that will be the end of our show, or that will be, you know, what we end up doing. So for this, rather than use glue, I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape to put this part together. And so we're going to take one of each of these, and this is a brand new tape thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on each of these just to hold them together. Right, just like that. Okay. So this is how, after you cut everything out, this is how you would assemble it. And you will need a length of baker's twine or some sort of twine. I buy my twine in super large rolls from a company called Just Artifacts. I didn't do this right, but you see, I did not do this right. Let's try it without this stuff in the background. gonna try to get the holes lined up. There we go. So you would just go ahead, I'll do one more, and then we'll start working on the letters. So if you're in the market for baker's twine, I would check out this company. It's called Just Artifacts. Now this time of year they might not have like the red and green that you're looking for, but you could also get black and different colors, twists. There's also a company that sells smaller amounts, but called Trendy Twine, that has really beautiful different twine available, but in smaller amounts. So like if you don't want to be like me and get the giant spool of baker's twine, then there's an option. You can get all different colors, but you probably pay around the same for a smaller spool. So again, we're just going to match up those 2 holes. We got a sunny day today. That's quite a difference from yesterday, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and put all of those together. And now we're going to take our shapes. By the way, if you work on, like I do, if you work on a lot of projects at once, I would definitely recommend having little project boxes. This is what I do so that I can be able to, so there's our reindeer, there's the other thing that we're doing. So that way I don't get confused. There's my little snowflake box. I don't get confused and pieces don't get like mixed in with other pieces. It just works really well for me. I did buy these project boxes from Amazon, and I can post a link at some point. I will post a link for that. So we got to build our letters. So let's sort them all out first. So there's a Y, and here's an E. E. This is a Y. R. This is E. This is R. We won't be doing the little tiny things because they're actually, I think, the same. So there's our E. This is also E. M. And we have 2 R's, so you can build 2 piles for R's. There we go. I just got off the phone. I think I told you just now, but I got off the phone with my friend Wendy. It's like when it rains, it pours, because her poor dad was in the hospital for a clot on his brain. And so she's been trying to, she works full time and she has her business. So there you go. All right, so B-E-M-E-R-R-Y, be merry. So let's just kind of put them in order. We'll do B first. M-E-R-R-Y. Yeah, also I have a great news. My sister's best friend from forever, from when they were kids, is kind of sad because she worked for her dad, who owned Dunkin' Donuts franchise, and her dad, being older now, decided to sell the franchise he's had for like 40 years. But she worked for her dad the whole time, and he didn't provide her with once he sold, he didn't provide her with a plan to like retirement, insurance, nothing. And so anyway, we decided we don't care about that. So she's actually going to be starting next Tuesday to work here and help me organize my studio, which means I can show you all the stuff that I buy that are, you know, I can be more organized and not less crazy, which to me is awesome. And also it's good for me because it helps me think past today. And if you guys have been following me on my journey, oops, I got a little bit of glue. You know, it's been a bit of a one day at a time thing, because just trying to get through this bout of the cancer. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Plus, as I mentioned, sorry, she's been my sister's best friend forever. So obviously, being the younger of the two sisters, I would always hang around. Now, when I was younger, they didn't want me to hang around. Now that they're older, they're like, yeah, see, it's like instant best friend, which is pretty awesome. And she's a very creative person too. So she's going to be coming along and doing some stuff with us. So look at the bees almost done. And this is all more of the same. Unfortunately, you're going to do a lot of gluing. And I'm happy that my glue bottles are working correctly. That's good. So that's a plus. So there's our bee. And then we can take and put it here. Now you could pop dot these if you wanted to. In fact, I think I would like to, just for a change of scenery. And let's go ahead and I have this piece from the pop dots, and I'm actually going to cut it like this and use those pieces, because waste not, want not, right? So we'll just use these pieces here, just like that. And that's gonna look really cute, popped out. I finally got my tree decorated. It was this big thing. Where are the lights? Where are the lights? Couldn't find the lights. Every time I sent Owen down or Santo down, they'd come back with something else, and I can't go down there just yet. So I have to be very specific. I'm looking for my nativity. What's a nativity? It's like a manger scene, and it's in a red box. I have to explain it so carefully. It's in a red box, and they're all ceramic, and it says Costco on it, or Kirkland signature, right? And then they come back with something very similar, but not the nativity. And then I'm like, okay, you did follow that, but I'm looking for the manger scene. So they brought up some Santa Claus thing. So there's there's that. I forgot about these little leaves, and I believe they're two different styles. There's this one, yep. There's this one that has a little curve here, and then this one that does not. So let's go ahead and glue those on, and then we can just keep going. But yeah, this year, oh man, I was like, where are the lights? We never found the lights for the tree, which is weird. But then I remembered last year we had a pre-lit tree. So I don't know. It's been 2 years since I've had to look for lights. So I just bought them. All right, there's our bee. There's our bee. Isn't this cute? All right, I'm just going to check the notes, and we'll just keep... Ziploc bags are a great choice as far as, you know, and actually, if you're talking about like these project boxes, you can get the gallon size Ziploc bags and cut everything out and stick a bag on there. And then you don't get that static cling from the Ziploc. If that's helpful to you. Now, you might be a kind of person that says, nah, I just want to make one thing at a time. I totally get that. I totally get that. But what ends up happening for me is like, I'm like, all right, I think I got these wrong. Okay. The E has to be on the right. So there we go. Just like that. So if you came for this project, this is a lot of gluing, and you don't have to sit here and watch me glue, but I think I will continue, because one of the things is, if I start a project and I get to the assembly part, and if I don't assemble it all the way, it ends up sitting half assembled. That's why I have 4 turkeys, Thanksgiving turkeys, from Dreaming Tree, sitting just their bases and the heads, not all the decorations. And they're going to probably sit there, well, until Amy figures out a way to put them so that they don't get crushed, because I'm like, I did put a lot of work into them. I don't want to have to start over, and I did cut out all the pieces, but they can't put them in a project box, you know. So for me, I have to continue to just do it, or else I won't get it done if I'm making multiples or whatever. Now, you don't have to, like most projects that I do, if they're bigger, I won't make a multiple, or if I'm not going to give it to somebody, I won't make a multiple. And yeah, so that's kind of like up to you how you work. But that's that. And we had so much rain yesterday, and the wind was so terrible. There were trees down everywhere. Leslie will tell you. It just was crazy. At one point, the rain was coming sideways almost. I could swear that it was coming sideways against the window. It was kind of crazy. My dogs do not like the wind, but they went out with Santo. He forced them to go out, otherwise they'll, make a mess in the house. So he did take them out, and they came back, and I was like, oh, this is good. I can now just wipe them off, and they've had their bath for the year. Because they haven't had, did they have a bath earlier in the year? No, they didn't. So this is their one bath. Corgis are definitely wash and wear dogs. They don't need a lot of fuss. They just are naturally cute, and actually they tell you, don't shave them and don't clip them. You can like tidy up their little Grinch feet sometimes, but they don't get extra Grinchy like some other dogs, like a Labradoodle or something like that. They have an undercoat though, and then they blow their coat, which is, it sounds scary, but basically they do that a couple times a year, where they have to get rid of their undercoat. It's not their top coat, it's their undercoat. So they start blowing their coat in the fall, and if they don't like to be if they do not like to be brushed, aka my dogs, then you have to go around sort of when you pat him, and you have to just pick the little poofs of hair out. I'm sure Babs, who has a corgi, I'm sure her little Gracie Junebug will sit just nicely, but my boys are bad to the bone. I don't know. They do not like to be brushed. When I had Lola, she loved it. So it was like, woo. And she had a beautiful coat. But yeah, they are like, no, don't touch me, Mom. Just give me treats. Your cat is snoring. Oh, thank you, Loretta, for sending a picture of Celia. I think it was Celia. And she sent me a picture of the class cat. She said, this is my cat, Celia. I think it was Celia. Is that right, Loretta? You work messy, Cheryl? Well, I'd say that I work messy too. I just throw stuff on the ground, and then Santo comes over and he's like, why do you throw this on the ground? It's like, well, it's just easier just to throw it on the ground and just sweep it up, you know. And it's, you know, I don't know, it's like a tile floor. Why not? It's easy. And all that stuff that comes off your mats, I mean, come on. Just crazy. All right. We are cooking with gas now. There's our E. We still have to put our little green bits. So when you see something go this way, it means it's going usually on my clothes, and then when I stand up, all of the pieces come tumbling off. It's kind of funny. All right, so this one and this one. So I made my last ditch effort for Owen for his Christmas list. Every year he gives me a Christmas list. I actually ask for it because you just don't know with that boy what he wants. And he always writes a letter to Santa and with it, but it's funny. It's like a funny letter. He likes to write, and it's like, go ahead and try to get in my house this year. You won't be able to, la la. It's funny. It makes me laugh. And then he puts all the stuff that he wants. And oh my gosh, it's all like 70s, 80s stuff that I wish I kept. Like, he wants a boom box. You know, there's not very many places you can find those. Walmart, if you're looking for like things from the pre-technology age, you can still find. Like, he wanted walkie-talkies, and he wanted a cassette recorder with cassettes, and he's a funny kid, quirky, different, and it's exciting because he has some very different interests and viewpoints. He's funny that way. Anyway, I placed my last order, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. And I did my Walmart order, but come to find out with Walmart, like, sometimes they ship the stuff, and sometimes you have to go pick it up at the store. Well, I don't have my car right now. So I had to send Santo to get part of the order. It just seemed a little odd. So if Walmart ever contacts me, I'm going to tell them, you know, gee, I know you have your huge distribution center, because my cousin works for the grocery, he like programs the robots. They use robots. It's kind of funny. There's a grocery store here and also like places like Walmart. They don't want you to think that they're technologically advanced. Another place, Market Basket, Ocean State Job Lots, which is a like kind of like a clearance. I don't know. They have a lot of clearance stuff. Anyway, they don't want you to think that they're technologically savvy. And in fact, when they build brand new buildings, they make them look like the 1950s. They put linoleum on the ground. I mean, nothing up to date, because they want to give the impression of, that we're not spending a whole lot of money on the way our store looks. I mean, the store is clean and comfortable, but they don't want you to get the impression. But they are advanced. I mean, it's not like Amazon holds that record. But they do have distribution centers, but Walmart keeps trying to put their stores in the middle of that, which I'm not so sure that that's a great idea, because my order was broken into two. One, I couldn't purchase and have everything sent to me or everything picked up. I had to have two different pickups. One shipped to me and one picked up. Anyway, I'm just blah blah blahing. This is all the stuff that goes on in my head when we're not having a show. So for the rest of the week, let's see. We've got that reindeer snowball fight. That's from My Scrap Chick, and it's a slice card. So easy, and I love Cindy's technique for those. So we have that, and that I'm going to use as like place card holders for my Christmas dinner. And then I have an ornament that is a layered ornament that I'm going to cut, or that I've already started cutting out. That is from Design Space. So it's right there in Design Space. You can grab that, and I will make that available to you as soon as I get a picture of it. You can't publish you can't publish projects to your community anymore unless you take a picture of it, which I don't know that I feel that great about it. So about that change, but I understand why they do it, but sometimes I get so, always take a picture, because you should take pictures, because you forget, or I forget anyway, what I made. And so I can go back and look and say, oh yeah, I forgot I made those. So anyway, that we're doing, and I really wanted to make that Christmas wreath over, the one that was all the greenery, and I'm gonna try after this. So there's that, and then the culmination, we'll do the 3D house. It's actually a church from SVG Cuts. I loved both of them, but I like that SVG Cuts has all of the same, what's the word? They're all like the same size. They're all, what's the word I'm looking for? Proportionate. So that's what I was thinking, that if I they have a train station now, they have houses, some pretty fancy houses. And so I thought, well, if I make those and I put them on display, it's like having a little village. And if I put two different designers there. They won't look proportionate. Yes. So that's the rest of the week. And then I won't be on Monday because Monday is our holiday, but I'll be back on Tuesday with some really we need to do some New Year's, because I am gonna welcome in this new year, and I found a terrific thing from Craft with Sarah. Oops, I got this wrong. I found a brand new, bigger than the mat, I think she calls it, oversized, bigger than the mat project. It's a Happy New Year project. And then I have a banner for the new year that I'm still working on, because it's a little difficult, the one that I chose. So I don't know, I might change it up. It's like an Art Deco banner. I don't know why they always use Art Deco for New Year's, but it's black and gold, and it has iron on. But I did talk to Jamie yesterday about that Easy Press Mini. She's purchased them, additional ones, because that's happened to her. But I think I might call them and just say, you know, that this is happening with it, and see what they say, so that I'm sure she did the same thing, but I just would like to know that. And then yesterday, Gail was asking about some of the bundles for from Cricut. And again, remember, I'm not representing for Cricut anymore, but from what I understand, the discount that you'd get, that's right, the discount that you'd get with, if you were already an Access member, is the same as the bundle. So the bundle has Access built in, and the price, if you were to buy that bundle without Access, ends up being, but that you had Access, ends up being the same price. So you're not losing out on anything if you buy the bundle without, because you already have Access, right? And the other thing is, if you bought Access, this I don't think they've changed it. If you buy Access and it's more than a year, like if you bought 2 years, say, or if you got a bundle that had the Access and you already have Access, it just adds it on to the end. So instead of being over at the end of 2024, it's over at the end of 2025. You know what I'm saying? So you won't lose anything. And I personally, I just think Access is almost too much. You know, there's almost too many images. Like if you just type in like Happy New Year, which is what I did, it was like so many now. Happy New Year. So you can't, like, you can use some of the features and make it less, but I do not need 16,000 Happy New Year images to pick one. In fact, for me, it just makes it harder. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I like the contributing artists, but I almost wish they would have them do projects, because projects are a little bit better than just all the images, you know? Here we go. And there. All right. I think it's a great deal too, Loretta. I mean, it's so much, and it's not just the So if you are just getting into, like, I have a friend Libby who is just getting into this, and I told her, tell your husband that to get you access if he's going to buy you a machine, because you'll save money. But I didn't realize that they had bundles that had the access, which is a great idea, because once you get your machine, you're like, I want to make all the things. And having all those images, I think there's like 600,000 images. When I started this, there was less than 100,000, and that included all the images from all the cartridges that they had already produced. So there you go. And so we've got BE. I might have put this E on a little bit clumsily, and that's good because I put those pop dots. That's better. It's not perfect. But remember, wabi sabi. And by the way, as far as wabi sabi goes, I just saw a terrific article in the Atlantic about wabi sabi. And I was just like, hey, I'm not the only one that knows about this, you know. Which if you're new and you don't know, wabi sabi is a Japanese way of acknowledging that perfection doesn't really exist. So when you're crafting or making or doing something, then you know that you actually put in, or you make mistakes, and that is just an acknowledgement of the human nature of people, that you know everybody has their own way of doing something, and sometimes their way is not the same as a machine would do it. And that, isn't it great, you know, instead of saying, you know, one of my biggest pet peeves, especially at the beginning when I was doing crafting, when I switched from sewing and knitting to crafting, was people always say, and I catch myself once in a while doing it too, but people will say, oh, it's not perfect. And I'm like, no, it's not perfect, but it is spectacular. You know, it's still lovely. And there are very few people that do what we do, still make things by hand, and that needs to be acknowledged. And I think a handmade gift, I've always felt a handmade gift is better than any store-bought gift, because clearly that person was thinking about you when they were making it. And it's not just something, oh, this might be good for Rita, that sort of thing. Now, I can't say that everybody in my family feels the same way. Like, I mean, Owen, he sometimes will ask me, oh, can you make a shirt? Or can you make, he likes pins, so can you make pins? You know, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I can make pins. That's super easy. Or stickers, he likes different stickers and stuff. But like, but my mom loves all the little 3D things, and my sister has grown to appreciate them. I think at first she was like, yeah, but now she's like, hey, I didn't get one of those. And then she puts them in her Monica closet, so I know that she keeps them every year, and brings them out. So like the Christmas trees. Oh, we were going to do the Christmas tree. I cut out a lot of Christmas. How am I going to fit that in? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in, you guys. Yeah, I mean, who needs to be... Oh, did somebody get a sublimation printer? I'm I'm still not into, I mean, it's cool, but I don't know. I feel like it's completely different than paper crafting, and I'm okay with somebody else doing, like Carol, who sent me the gorgeous um that gorgeous tumbler, which was confiscated by my mother, Carol, if she's watching or listening. She confiscated it. I said, all right, Mom, because when she goes to her program, she likes to bring her water, and she never loses anything, so I know I'll get it back when she gets tired of it or whatever. But she loves it, and I like seeing her with it, so that's cool. But do I want to get into that? And just maybe just beginner versions, like we have done some different sublimations. Well, this picture of Frankie, and it says best cat mom, that was done with sublimation, so I like that. But don't know that I would do that like full time. That's what I would do. You made the decision. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, and it's sort of like, it's also like my friend Wendy was saying. She said, I have the laser cutter, and she also, because she's a business, has, they call these, the Cricuts in the business, they call them plotters. So she said, I haven't used my Cricut lately, because I've just been using my large plotter and my laser tool. And so, but she has a whole business that she runs, and it's business, it's like, it's business. So, I mean, I think the Cricut is perfect for, I know that they've been trying to break into the business part, but I think a Cricut's great for all of us home crafters. And who knows, we can have all these little starter businesses, Etsy businesses, but you're going to put a lot of miles on your Cricut if you're making for a business. So she actually upgraded to the plotter a couple of years ago, but she probably still uses it for other little things. Here. All right. You guys still want to hang around? Oh, you did, Ardeen? That's nice. Yeah, Mod Podge. Nobody, Mod Podge. Mod Podge. Yeah, Mod Podge is nice. And a picture, sometimes you can, you can just print a nice picture. I still think, the pictures are great. Like, I love vintage images. So those are great for like pins or stickers, which you can do with the print and cut. So, I don't know, just sublimation is just kind of not for me. I think if the machines were to go in the sewing direction, but they tried that, and I don't know. It's hard to break into that, and there's other machines that do that for quilters and stuff. But remember Carol? Carol was doing from Carol's Cricut Crafts. She was doing a lot of sewing, and that was really cool. Her sewing, she would cut, and then we made all the masks on the machine. But I found out, for me, as a little more advanced seamstress, sewist, or whatever you want to call it, it was easier to, and less waste to cut it out by hand. But perhaps other people didn't find that to be the case. Don't know. It's interesting to see how companies change, and I understand it with Cricut, you know, trying to be more professional, but I mean, when it comes right down to it, it's a handcraft. So, you know, you got to plan for variations or people doing things with the machine. I was thinking about that yesterday, you know, thinking about people and what they do with their machines. And, I mean, some people, they make some pretty amazing things, cutting wood and all kinds of things, leather, faux leather, and all of that. I think that will eventually be something that will catch on. But for the new person, having access and working with paper or vinyl or iron-on is a really good start. And there's other things that you can do. I really thought that this year Cricut was going to come out with some sort of a laser cutter like the Glowforge. So I've been waiting for that. I think next year they must plan for that. All right. You guys still want to stay? I used the Cricut to cut out a name in fabric. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And it does cut fabric really nicely. I think it's more using the rotary cutter, which is only available for the Maker 3, the Maker, regular Maker, and whoops. There we go. I don't know. Me neither. I mean, I don't know that I'd buy it, but I think the next step that they would do is maybe Glowforge type of a thing. I don't know. They seem to want to get into different markets and whatever. I'm a little afraid because of the Glowforge, because Wendy had one at her store and it almost burned down her whole store. I don't know what happened, but she stopped using it, and it was very expensive when it came out. I don't know if it's different now, but and there are some other cutters out there as well, you know. So there's the Silhouette, there's a Brother Scan and Cut, there's those new ones from Caesar, or whatever, Sizer, I don't know, the Romeo. Hey, we haven't seen Christiana in a while. Christiana is a big proponent of that Sizer. I don't know, I'm probably mispronouncing it. Look how I used up all of that, and I otherwise would have thrown it away. That's pretty cool. Guess that makes me kind of an old-fashioned crafter, because I have always felt like waste not, want not. And then my friend Christine showed me this bag, and then I thought, now that truly is an OG crafter. Her mother made this bag. You know when you buy like licensed fabric, at the bottom it always has the licensing information on it, and so it's like about, I don't know, maybe it's a ½ an inch or up to an inch on the bottom of the fabric that tells you, okay, this is Mary Engelbreit, or this is whatever. So her mom saved for years, saved all of her those little scraps, cut them out, you know, with the rotary blade, and saved them all and put them all together in like a star pattern. So interesting. And I'm gonna have to get a picture of that bag from Christine, because I was just like floored that she had saved all of them, and then she made it like a star pattern. It was so good, so clever. Anyway, all right. Oh, nice. Okay, so I did as much as I could. I will continue after the show, but it is after 10, and yeah, I know it wasn't good. It does make you a smart crafter. You're right, Connie. But just like definitely OG. All right, everyone. I'll leave you for the day. Tomorrow we're going to be working on an ornament, a paper ornament that is in Design Space, and I'm going to show you. But just to give you an idea, there we go. The B-E. I did almost all of them. I'll finish them up here. M-E-R. I just have to do an R and a Y. What day is the reindeer? Let's make it, so today's Tuesday, and tomorrow is the ornament, and let's make the reindeer on Thursday. Okay, and that's from My Scrap Chick. And I think they're having a sale. They've been having a sale for a while. So we'll do that on Thursday. I think I paid $1 for that file. And then that'll be, reindeer will be on Thursday. And then Friday, I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do those box cards from SVG Cuts, because there are just so many of them, and I can put them together really quickly, and they can be used as ornaments. So so that's going to be the end of the week. And then Saturday, I think we're going to do the church, and I'm going to try to figure out how to do it by Zoom. So there you go. Now my dog's here because he knows I'm talking past the deadline. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. It's $1.25, a reindeer. Oh, and Loretta has posted a link. Now, they have 3 different Snowball Fight slice cards. There's like a snowman and a reindeer, and I don't know what all else. But there you go. Oh, okay. All right. I know. So we'll make it, you know, obviously it's optional. Everything's optional. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Love you all. Take care. Yeah, only if I feel well. But I don't have another chemo until after the 1st of the year. So I'm pretty excited that I'm going to enjoy my holiday time this year. So... all right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.